already got this far. I'm just going to take a slight break for now. Let's see. So far, I do like the game, though. I think I might do a review of this. As I say, I'll also do one for Metroid Dread. It's never happened. And Origami, too. Oh, I'll get to it eventually, but, you know. Let's see. Alright. You know, it's the 2nd of January. I didn't need to see this, but alrighty then. Welcome back. Happy New Year. Let's just skip another year. Let's just go to 2023, shall we? So, Happy New Year, and welcome back to my channel. So, yeah, even though it's the 2nd of January, life still moves on. Companies want to make big money, and yeah, let's talk about it, shall we? So, to begin this year's gaming news extravaganza, let's talk about Square Enix, and the president hopes that NFTs blockchain gaming becomes major trend in gaming going forward. Now, I have the letter pulled up here, and I looked at it, and yeah, basically he wants to get into the metaverse, he wants to get into NFTs, and all that other stuff. And I'm not saying that all new technological things that have come around are bad. Like, the metaverse sounds like an interesting idea, but it's headed by, Facebook, or, Meta now. And yeah, let's just say I don't like the company behind it, especially some of the shady things and blatantly wrong things they have done. And then on top of that, they're now getting to NFTs. And Kotaku, while not the greatest source of information, at the very least is good at acknowledging some things some of the time. Particularly, they said, like mod makers, a thing that already exists but now connected to a technology that also encourages art theft and contributes to increasing e-waste and global warming due to large-scale digital mining operations. It's also a haven for scams, money-hungry celebs, and slimy grifters. And so, if you heard any artist on the internet talk about NFTs, a majority at least say, oh, this is a bad thing, and basically, yeah, my art's being stolen for these, glorified JPEGs with a certificate. And so, I also am of the opinion that this is stupid, because there isn't anything that NFTs bring to the table that can't already be done. And if you also looked at Kotaku's article, they talk about this specific paragraph. So, to read it out loud, I realized that some people who play to have fun, and who currently form the majority of players, have voiced their reservations toward these new trends, and understandably so. However, I believe that there will be a certain number of people whose motivation is to play to contribute, by which I mean to help make the game more interesting. Traditional gaming has offered no explicit incentive to this latter group of people, who are motivated strictly by such inconsistent personal feelings as goodwill and volunteer spirit. This fact is not unrelated to the limitations of existing UGC, user-generated content. UGC has been brought into being solely because of individuals' desire for self-expression, not because any explicit incentive existed to reward them for their creative efforts. I see this as one reason that there haven't been as many major game-changing content that were user-generated as one would expect. And I'm not going to even say he's wrong about the whole user-generated content, particularly with games like Minecraft, Roblox, sure, but those games are more centered around, building on top of it. But games like Back 4 Blood, those were not meant to be modded compared to Left 4 Dead, which you can make huge maps. You can even play Resident Evil 2, but with Left 4 Dead, and a few other games, and particularly, most notably, Titanfall 2 got the North Star client, and now you can actually play the game. Finally. I'll get to that next. But so, I understand where he's coming from. But again, what do NFTs do? Like, seriously, what do NFTs do? And sure, there might not be an incentive necessarily in terms of monetary value for user-generated content, but do you really need it all the time? Sometimes, you just want to make a little game mode, you want to push it out, you want people to play it. And then sometimes you get the Blizzard mod, the Dota Blizzard mod for Warcraft 3, and then it becomes its own thing. And I don't know, if you wanted to motivate people to play to contribute, you should, give them modding tools, give them the resources within the game that you have to, play to contribute. And then, as much as I hate to kind of say it, make people pay for the mods or give them, some money for it. Because even though, yes, Bethesda and Steam, when they initially tried to make people pay for mods, was pretty bad, I don't think that paying people for putting time and work into something is a bad idea, right? And so people that did contribute to, like, Fallout mods, for example, if they, if you want people to, donate, that's great. If you want people to pay for it, I mean, sure, you did put in time into it. I'm not going to deny that to you, but it was just that really, particularly Steam and Bethesda were trying to take a big chunk out of it, which is why people had such a problem with it. And so, I don't know. Square Enix, and basically this whole article was kind of just, yeah, oh, let's slap some words on here. Oh, NFT, metaverse, extended reality technology, and it's just like 5G, and it's just like, I don't know. It doesn't seem like Square Enix actually has an idea of what they're doing exactly, and I don't think any company does. I mean, Ubisoft tried an NFT thing, and that didn't work either. So, I don't know. Maybe Square Enix could come up with something with NFTs that somehow blows our minds. But again, there's nothing an NFT does that can't already be done, in a game. Already. I don't know. But we'll see. I do hope the Square Enix, really considers not going through with this. But that's just my thoughts. On the tangent of user-generated content, while this one's kind of less so. At least it's not like a mod, right? It's custom servers that are being run by people that are being able to play Titanfall 2. And one of the few custom, like actual custom generated content was BT throws you onto the map. Let's get to the... Whoa! But yeah, this is super cool in my opinion. But so yeah, currently the North Star client is still being worked on, particularly with the fact that attrition and the frontier defense and anything with AI isn't working right now. It's also really funny to see the ticks just being thrown and just sitting there. And so yeah, if you want to user-generated content, make a good game first. Because then people like, the Mad Lab that made Titanfall 2's North Star client, they make that. And so basically all I'm saying is that if you want user-generated content, people to play to contribute, give them the means to do so, and then reward them in some way, shape, or form. You don't even necessarily need to reward them, but, Anyway, I'm having a lot of fun with the Titanfall 2 North Star client, but I do kind of want Frontier Defense back, because, some of my friends, they just want to play some co-op, and hey, Frontier Defense was really good. But anyway, let me know what you think about the North Star client and generally when games are revived by the community. Let me know what you think. So now that I'm done with my tangent about user-generated content and how Square Enix is getting into the NFT market, let's talk about Riot Games and how they agreed to pay $100 million in settlement of class action gender discrimination lawsuit. I'm so surprised. So for anybody that knows the situation prior to this, they were accused of having gender discrimination within their company and a few other issues, and so Riot Games has now agreed to pay $100 million in this settlement. Announced Monday that it's settling a 2018 gender-based discrimination class action suit with California state agencies and current and former women employees for $100 million. The company will also pay $80 million to members of the class action suit and approximately $20 million towards plaintiffs' legal fees. So, yeah. I don't know how much more I could put into this besides that you don't gender discriminate. I can't wrap my head around this, personally speaking. But so I guess this is a great day for women in Riot Games and for women at all video game and tech companies who deserve a workplace free of harassment and discrimination. Yes, but also no. And good because at least we're acknowledging it and we are, tackling the issue. And in this case, Riot's paying for it. But, you have Activision Blizzard, you have Ubisoft, and it's just like, sure, we're making progress, and also Bungie, and we're making progress, sure. But how hard is it to break this? Like, Crunch, I can see how that's a little bit harder to break because it's just workplace culture and everybody's, trying to get the game out, the management wasn't that great, you gotta put some more hours in. I can see the Crunch issue being hard to get rid of, because, BioWare had famously Dragon Age Inquisition come out super, crunched, but it did so well. And then we got Anthem because they're like, oh, we can do that again. And so I can get how crunch, out of all things, might be hard to break. But something like this, just stop discriminating. Is it that hard to treat other people like the same? I don't know. I can't speak from personal experience, but I don't know. I just think that this is beyond stupid. Not because, we're getting rid of gender discrimination and at least acknowledging it, but just that we have to do it in the first place. But it's whatever. At this point, I just hope that Riot Games actually improves, their workplace culture and yeah, I hope I don't see Riot Games in the news for this. I'd rather see them for being stupid in a different way. But, that's just my thoughts. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Up next, I want to talk about greatly anticipated game of 2022, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. And I think that's a work in title progress, and if you look at the casing too, this is also a work in progress. At least what people have been saying online, it's going to spoil the game, at least like a major plot point, if they named it what they wanted to name it. And so, yeah, it's kind of interesting to see that now that pre-order links are coming up, and I hope that people that pre-order the game will get the game on time, unlike Prime 4 2017. But I have full faith in Nintendo and Retro Studios to make a good game for Prime 4. I do hope we get some news soon, because it has been some time since we've heard, last. I'm pretty sure the last time we heard from Retro Studios and Prime 4 was when they said, we're moving over to the old studio and we're going to make the game again from the ground up. So I hope we at least, just get some news. Hey, we're still working on it. Because Metroid, just got Dread, and it did really well, I think. And I do hope that it invigorates Nintendo to put some more money into that series, because I want more Samus. I need more Samus in my life. But so, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, coming out eventually. I hope it is this year, and if not, if it's next year, I hope it's, it gets delayed for good reasons. So, that's the end of this week's news. Nothing particularly big happened because it was towards the end of the year. And so, yeah, there are some things like Riot Games agreeing to pay to $100 million in a settlement of a class action gender discrimination lawsuit. We also had Square Enix trying to start off the new year with NFTs in the metaverse and insert buzzwords here. And so, yeah, why am I not surprised? But, it's whatever, honestly. As so long as we just tell Square Enix not to do this and then, just shit on them if they do. I think that'll be the best way to deter game companies from using NFTs. But so anyway, that'll be the end of this week. I hope you will like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. And if you didn't like the video, you can dislike, but still comment and favorite and subscribe, because I want all the attention you could possibly give me. And I can't see the dislikes, or I don't have to look at the dislikes. But so anyway, I'll see y'all next week. Hopefully with only good news. I keep asking for that. It's never going to happen, though.